Back to the YouTube channel where I try to talk about my photography career while my wolf dogs fight in the background. So first off, I'd just like to apologize of the crappy quality that this video will be. Obviously the equipment that I will be using to make this video will be in the video since I use it for photography. I also apologize if it sounds like a wind tunnel in here, but my room is hella hot and the wolf dogs do not like that at all. So try to keep it cool. So if you guys can just deal with the noise for a little bit, the pups would highly appreciate it. On Instagram, I put a poll up to see what video you guys wanted to come up next on my YouTube channel. And you guys went with a camera bag video, which is cool. So this video, I'm going to break down all the equipment that I keep in my bag when going to a track day for any kind of automotive shoot or event. So first things first, obviously the most important and most used piece of equipment in my bag would be my camera body. So the camera body that I choose to go with for my digital photography is my Nikon Z7. This is a mirrorless full frame body. What I can say is for the amount of time I have been doing photography on this body, I absolutely love it. It's lightweight, it's very compact. It uses any F-mount lens that Nikon has made from the 70s all the way till now with the F-to-Z adapter. And without the F-to-Z adapter, you can use any Z mirrorless mount. Their selection of F-mount lenses is fantastic, and I just don't see jumping to Z-mount lenses when I already have plenty of nice F-mounts. It's awesome that I can use the F-mounts on this and I wasn't forced to switch over to a different mount. My most important lens that I bring with me on track days is my Nikon 300mm f4. This is the newest lens that I talked about in my last video, and it is essential for me. I need this at every track that I go to. A lot of the times you are very far away from the track when you're shooting automotive photography for safety reasons. And this thing is a perfect focal length for almost every track that I've been to so far. The only track I haven't used this at that I regularly go to is NJMP, but I'm sure because my other lens worked just fine, and this is an even better focal length than that was. So I can't wait to use this there. I should be using this in September there, and it's pretty dope. But yeah, this is probably my most used lens in my bag for events. Typically this would be strapped up to my Z7 for pretty much most of the event. Whether it's drifting or time attack or any kind of automotive event on track, this is my go-to lens. Now my long focal length lens that I used before that was this absolute tank of a lens. This is my 80 to 200mm 2.8. And this thing has got some weight to it. This lens is from the 80s. D810 and this 80 to 200 were the two first pieces of equipment that I purchased when trying to do professional automotive photography. So this is a very important lens to me. And I love it. It looks great. I actually love it so much that when I got the 300mm lens for my Z7, which kind of almost made this obsolete. Now don't get me wrong, I do use this lens for stationary photo shoots still because it looks amazing on my Z7. However, when I do use the 300mm on my Z7, I will use a second body to use this. I would shoot this with my F3 with film. So I'll be able to shoot digital with the 300mm in the Z7 and film with the 80-200 on my F3. So I still use this lens to this day, every day, for every shoot. So this lens is sick. If you're looking for a very cheap and efficient lens, one of these bad boys right here. You can pick one of these up in B&H used for under $1,000, and it's a very good focal length, and it's a 2.8. It's a rocket lens. Love it. Love this lens. The next lens that I would bring is my 50mm. This is my all-around lens. I use this for in the paddock. I use this on the track sometimes for panning shots. I really want to get a nice wide shot and get the cars panning with a real slow shutter speed, and I want it to look, you know, with that quick like hyper speed look. I'll use this 50mm. This is a 50mm 1.4 Nikon Nikkor. Once again, this is another non-expensive lens. I think you could pick one of these up for around $300 to $500, depending whether it's used or new. And it's great. It's an F mount, and I love it. Probably my most versatile lens. I'll use this for a lot of interior shots. I'll use this for a lot of, like I said, paddock shots. pit shots, and when I do a stationary photo shoot, I will take majority of the photos with this. I'll usually strap this lens on first and do a full go around of the car and get every angle that I want, and then I'll break down my more detailed long focal length shots with one of my other lenses after I figure out how I want to do it with this. Next lens is probably my least used lens. I really only use this lens for rollers. That's it. This is my 24 to 85 millimeter. It's got an f-stop of 3.5. I use this for rollers because it goes to 24 millimeter. And to be completely honest with you, that's it. It's the only reason why I use it. This was a cheap and effective lens that I could use that was full frame. So I purchased it. I think I got this bad boy for like $300 on B&H. I've heard a lot of people complain about this lens. Other photographers that I've talked to in person, they said they purchased this lens and they actually just like sold it immediately because they didn't like it. But for, like I said, the applications that I use it for rollers and things like that, I don't see a reason why I would sell it. I like it. It's all right. It's not a bad lens. It's not terrible, you know. Obviously, if I wanted to get like a 24 to 70, I think it's like a 2.8. Obviously, that would be a better lens, but it's very expensive. And you know, as you guys know with photography, or if you don't know, but now you're learning from watching these videos or other photographers' videos, photography is expensive, and you want to really save money anywhere you can. And if you can get shots, you know, that look relatively as good as another guy that's rocking a $2,500 lens, and you only spent $300 on your lens, you know, at that point, is it the lens of the photographer? You know, the oven doesn't make the food good. The chef using the oven is what makes the food good. Obviously, in the bag, I'll also carry some other little things like obviously plenty of extra batteries. These bad boys here are almost $100 each. The new Nikon batteries that, well, they're not new. It's the same battery that Nikon's used forever, but they're like almost $100 new. I try to keep all of my equipment Nikon and not knockoff, just because personally, I feel like any of the knockoff things I've ever used that was not Nikon Nikkor was just kind of junk. I try to keep everything Nikon. Even my cards, bro. Even a memory card's a Nikon. I don't buy anything else. The only thing that's probably not Nikon that I get is my film stock and the batteries for the film camera. Obviously, I did a video with the F3, but I do keep this in my camera bag, so it's part of the video. I keep a digital body, my Z7, and a film body, F3, all made all times. This will obviously be mounted up to my 80 to 200 millimeter 2.8, and the reason why I use the long focal length lens is because that's my style with the film. You know, I see a lot of other film photographers, they tend to use really shallow lenses. They use 50 mils and 35 mils and, you know, even like pancake lenses, things like that. But that's just not my style. That's not my kind of photography. So it's nice because it's a little bit of a little change up from what other people do. So, but it keeps it true to my style. And it's just like a 35 millimeter film version of what I already do with the digital. So, you know, like I said, I'll double body with the film and the digital, and it's pretty cool. I like it. The film's really just nostalgia for me, but I'll keep some film stock. Usually I keep like Ilford HP5 for black and white, and then I've been carrying some, not experimental, but some like double film bubble gum or things like that, just if I want to spice it up a little bit, you know, make it a little spicy. But other than that, it's usually like Kodak Gold. Kodak Gold 200 is sick. The coloring is awesome, and it's simple and perfect. I've started to really like Cinestill. I carry Cinestill 50D in my bag. So yeah, like those three film stocks, HP5, Cinestill 50D, and Kodak Gold 200 will always be in my bag at all times. So that's it. I hope you liked my little equipment video I had going on. Next video will be some awesome 35 millimeter film photography. I did a Konica with some Ilford HP5. So check with that next time. If you could please subscribe to this channel. If you could like this video, comment below what you would like to see in the future from me, or if you want to see something in the next video, if you have any questions or anything about this video, just let me know in the comments. Also, check me out on Instagram at McKendry Media. Give me a follow. Check out some posts. Until next time, peace out.